few days ago, 15 people went to bed in Benue State and they never woke up. And these people did not die from natural causes. If they had died from natural causes, it would have been suspicious, but many people would have accepted it. But these people were murdered in cold blood. They were killed as if they were rams, chickens, and goats. And what is upsetting about this whole incident is this is not the first time and it's not the second time. What makes this scenario worse? What makes this scenario worse is the game that people play afterwards. The people cry about their dead, then bury their dead, then ask the federal government for help. Then their governor says how he's going to end insecurity and the plans he has. Then the presidency talks about how he's going to end it and make sure it's a thing of the past. And after that, the whole thing just dies out, And then we'll have to sit, wait for the next massacre. And then the same old story plays out again. The same storyline plays out again, I work with a lot of people from Benue State. And I see the look in their eyes when they pick up the phone and they call back home, to know whether everybody's okay, whether they got uncle or whether they got mommy or something, whether they lost anyone, So I know that, and again, some people don't understand how destructive it is for you to come home from work and see your wife and children killed, or for your wife to come back from home and see her husband and her child have been massacred. This kind of trauma can ruin your life. This kind of trauma can drive you insane. This kind of trauma can even push you towards suicide, And these people there, they have been traumatized on a regular basis and still nothing is being done. We have all these celebrities that talk about how they are down for the common man and how their voice is so important. In times like this, they are not there to speak for anybody, It's like they want you to push their music, they want you to be their fan, they want you to dance and buy their merchandise. But when it comes to a time when you need help, when your life is under threat, they will not even come out and speak for you. You listen to their music, buy their albums, stream their music on whatever platform you're using, but then they don't give a shit about you, These things happen and they never talk because, they don't want to ruin their career. They don't want to upset their bankers. They don't want to upset some people that don't want to be upset. And so this happens. Some people don't even care so much about it because, it's not Lagos State. I'm in Lagos State, and Benue State, wouldn't concern me. But we don't understand that silence. When you're silent on issues like this, you support it. Your silence is all is needed for this thing to continue. So we need to speak out on these kind of issues. Let's not be one of those things that something has to change, man. Something has to change. We can't just watch our people get massacred. It doesn't matter where they are from. They are Nigerians. In fact, they're even human beings. So that's what I want to say on this issue. I dedicate this one to all the dead. Yeah.